Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. I want to talk for a few minutes today about how Bill Barr infects everything. You know, we just heard that the FBI got a search warrant for and seized the cell phone of Senator Richard Burr for possible insider stock trading. Of course, we've also heard stories about other members of Congress who might have illegally traded stocks based on information that they were receiving as members of Congress, information they got privately and in advance of the general public getting that information, and then it's alleged that they may have used it to illegally trade stocks and earn a whole bunch of cheese for themselves. So first of all, let's talk about what it is that prohibits, that outlaws members of Congress from trading on information that they get as a result of their positions in Congress. In 2012, Congress passed something called the Stock Act, S-T-O-C-K, Stop Trading on Congressional Knowledge, right? Very cute. The legislators are laugh riot. They called it the Stock Act. It was designed to prevent members of Congress from getting information, particularly in private classified briefings. And don't forget, Senator Richard Burr, until stepping down today, was the head of the Senate Intel Committee. So it was designed to prevent them from getting that information, having it before the general public had it, and then trading on it to make a whole bunch of money before the information became public. Now, I will say after it was passed in 2012, Congress immediately watered it down thereafter, and it's not all that vigorous a statute, and I don't know that anybody has been prosecuted yet under the Stock Act. But we now know that the FBI got a search warrant for Senator Burr's phone because they are conducting a criminal investigation into possible insider trading by Burr, possible violations of the Stock Act. Let me do a 30-second tutorial on search warrants. When the FBI or any law enforcement agency wants to search somebody's property, they want to seize a phone, they want to seize a computer, they want to search it for evidence of crime, they have to apply to a court, to a judge, to a neutral and detached magistrate. And they have to present a sworn statement that has evidence that satisfies the judge that there is probable cause to believe that somebody committed a crime and that the evidence that the FBI seeks is necessary to investigate that crime. The phone will have evidence of Burr's criminal conduct in it. So the FBI apparently had enough evidence, satisfied a judge, got a search warrant, seized Burr's phone, and now presumably they'll do a forensic electronic search of that phone to see if there's evidence of crime and to see whether Burr should be charged criminally. Now, ordinarily, I would say that when we hear a government official, an elected official, an appointed official is being investigated for crime, has been arrested for committing offenses, is being prosecuted, I wouldn't say we celebrate. I would say that we're heartened. It gives us a certain comfort level that our government, our law enforcement agencies, the Department of Justice and the FBI, are aggressively and hopefully fairly, honestly, ethically, and in a nonpartisan manner investigating crimes that may have been committed by government officials. Because I think I have heard somewhere before, nobody is above the law. So we don't celebrate it, but it should give us a comfort level that our government is doing the job that we want it to do. However, as soon as we heard that the FBI is investigating Burr, they seized his phone, they're looking to see whether he is guilty of criminal insider trading, I have to tell you, my mind, and I'll bet your mind potentially, went to what is Bill Barr's motive in going after Richard Burr. And the reason I say that is because we all know that the Senate Intel Committee is about to release another piece of its report documenting its investigation into Russian interference in the presidential election. This is going to be, we are hearing, sort of the counterintelligence piece. And the results of this report, folks, are probably not going to be a good look for Donald Trump. So why might Donald Trump want Richard Burr investigated criminally at this moment in time? And did he suggest to Bill Barr that the time is right to go after Richard Burr? And if he did Bill Barr have to grapple with the word suggest? Or did he know exactly what the president wanted done and why? We don't know the answers to those questions, but they're not only fair questions, they're questions that must be asked because Bill Barr does favors for the president's friends, including his criminal friends, the Roger Stones, the Mike Flynns, the Paul Manaforts, who was just sprung from prison, even though he doesn't even meet the DOJ or the Bureau of Prisons guidelines for early release. You think there's some favoritism going on there, folks? So we have to ask the question, when Bill Barr has the Department of Justice, the FBI, go after Richard Burr, is he being an honest broker of the law and the evidence, or is he doing Donald Trump a favor, though? I think that question is especially apt when we realize that there were reports Senator Kelly Lafleur also may have been involved in insider trading, made millions of dollars trading stocks before we, the general public, had any of the information that she had as a result of her position as a senator. I'm not saying the evidence firmly shows she committed crimes. I'm saying that with Bill Barr at the head of the Department of Justice, we can have exactly zero confidence that all of these matters, whether it's an investigation into Burr, an investigation or no investigation into Lafleur, are being done fairly, honestly, ethically, and in what should be an apolitical, nonpartisan matter. But just as I started this video, I would say Bill Barr infects everything. And unfortunately, his conduct has delegitimized, for the moment, the Department of Justice. Everything that comes out of Bill Barr's Department of Justice, when it has to do with the Burrs and the Lafleurs and the Stones and the Manaforts and the Flynns, has to be questioned for political motives, for ulterior motives, for the president wanting to help his allies and his supporters and his enablers and his co-conspirators and punish his enemies and his perceived enemies. And folks, this has got to stop. It may not stop until November or in earnest in January when we have a law-abiding president and a law-enforcing attorney general, but it has to stop because justice matters. Folks, please stay safe. Please stay coronavirus free. And I look forward to talking with you all again soon.